What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday, and today we're going to be looking at a Flygon, Accelgor, Dusknoir deck. Now we haven't really looked at any of these cards really, so I'll have to explain a lot about it. Alright, so let's go right into kind of the main attacker, Flygon here. So the main thing here is you're never going to really attack with Flygon. Flygon has the ability where it says Sand Slammer, and at any time between turns, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, put one damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So basically, when you end your turn, you put 10 damage counters on each one of your opponent's Pokemon. When they're in their turn, they put 10 damage counters on each turn. So in between turns, you get like 20 damage on each one. But to help kind of boost that damage is this is your main attacker here, Accelgor. The Accelgor is kind of like Donphan of the format, of the past format. So Accelgor, you do for DCE, you do 50, and the opponent, the defending Pokemon is paralyzed and poisoned, and you shuffle Accelgor into the deck. Now, when you shuffle it into the deck, you promote a Pokemon, which of course you promote Flygon. So with the 50 base, poison, and Sand Slammer, you're doing 70 from all that. And then when you come back into my turn, when they pass, or if they pass, whatever, or maybe they attack, it does 20 more for poisoned and the Sand Slammer. But the main thing here is they are paralyzed, so there's no way they can really attack you. They have to either play like a switch card, maybe an AZ, Super Scoop Up, and they have to maybe a Keldeo or something. So that's kind of how they get after the active spot. But if they don't have any of that, they will take 90 damage total in between turns. So that's a lot of damage racking up. And then you also have the 10 damage on each of the bins, which is 20 by then. But the main thing to help manipulate the damage is Dusknoir. So I think we've seen Dusknoir in the Florist video, if you remember that or not. But Sinister Hand, as often you like, before you during your turn, you may move one damage counter from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another if you're to another opponent's Pokemon. So this way you kind of move the damage counters any way you want to. With this deck, you kind of want to take all 6 prizes at once if you can do that. That's kind of the neat trick with this deck. You want to take all 6 prizes at once if you can do that. That's kind of the goal of the deck. If you can do that, that's always nice. Just because you don't want to get end down really low, because you have to keep streamlining the Shelmet and Accelgor. And you see here I do play the 3-2 Shelmet Accelgor, and here I do play a 4-1-4 Flygon and a 2-1-2 Dusknoir. The only problem with this deck right now is a Seismitoad or Quake Punch, but if you can get multiple Shelmets down and try to streamline the Accelgors, you can actually just deck and cover and knock out the Seismitoads that way. But of course, Quake Punch makes it where you can't play item cards, so it kind of hurts a lot. Also, Rizzy Genesect, sorry about that, give this deck a little bit of trouble, just because the poison paralysis go into effect, but you can still do 70 in between turns and try to spread it around, so you can still kind of win that way. And they can't really one-shot your Flygons either unless they want to G-booster them, so that's kind of another advantage of this deck. Alright, so let's go over the trainers and everything real quick. Das Machine, which we haven't really seen that much anymore, but you discard 2 cards in your hand and put a trainer card from your discard into your hand. Now this is just to help you get rare candy, or maybe a level ball, maybe communication, just to help with the consistency. Also a max potion, but to just kind of help you get cards in the late game when you need them. The deck plays, I'm sorry about yawning, it's late here, but it plays 1 escape rope. Now this is kind of like if they bring up Pokemon, or for some reason Flygon goes to sleep, and you have a way to get around it. Kind of debating play switch or escape rope. Not really sure which is better. Maybe the switch might be better here. It's been a while since I played this deck, and at the time the escape rope was trying to help like kind of your Lysander, but now the deck does play Lysander, so maybe I should switch this to a switch. I don't know. Also, it can help if you can Skyla for an escape rope to bring up a bench Pokemon if you need to. Also, that's kind of weird play. But next up is Level Ball, which it's obviously one of the first, well, not one of the first expanded cards. You have Flygons and Accelgors and stuff. The Accelgors are the expanded cards, but this is the first kind of trainer that's expanded. So you search your deck for Pokemon with 90 HP or less, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Now all Pokemon that have 90 HP, Trapinch is 90 HP, Brava is 80 HP, Shelmet 60. I think I said Trapinch was 90, but it's 60. Accelgor is 90. Dusknoir is 50, and Dusknoir is 80. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pokemon with this level ball. So that's why you play max 4. So that's kind of the best way to search out some Pokemon during your opening turns. Next up, the deck does play 2 Max Potion. So Max Potion heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. It's just because Flygon's kind of hard to knock out, so you kind of save your Flygons this way with Max Potion. And then of course you can use Das Machine later to use Max Potion if you need to. Next up, Pokemon Communication. We haven't seen this in a really long time, but now since the format for Expanded is black and white on, you can play Communication, which I really like in this deck just because you don't have to play Ultra Ball as much anymore. But Communication, reveal a Pokemon in your hand and put it on top of your deck. If you do, search your deck for Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So the deck does play a lot of Pokemon, so you can abuse Communication to you can abuse Communication because you do play a lot of Pokemon and get those kind of cards you need, like a Flygon or Dusknoir or something. The deck does play 4 Red Candy just because you have a 4-1-4 Flygon line, a 2-1-2 Dusknoir. You just want to try to get Flygon as fast as you can. The deck plays 1 Sacred Ash. I kind of want to make this a trump card. I'm not really sure which one's better right now, just because trump card you can get everything back, like DCs if you had a discard earlier, maybe Rare Candies. But right now we're going to keep it as a Sacred Ash. Sacred Ash is shuffle 5 Pokemon for your discard pile into your deck. This is just to help you out if you have to discard some earlier for Flygons, or if like multiple Trapinch gets knocked out kind of early. It's kind of helps you refuel your deck. Sorry about that. Next up, starting on Megaphone. Now this is just kind of help you get around Garbodor, which the only downside is most of the Garbodor decks are played by Seismitoad now. So if you're being Quick and Punched, you can't really abuse Megaphone, which kind of stinks. But if you can Megaphone a Garbodor, you can usually move the damage around to actually knock out a Garbodor, which is kind of nice. Now the deck does play 2 Ultra Balls. It's probably a 2-2 split right now. In Indiana regions, I played this deck, and I played 4 Communication, which kind of hurt because I was Skyla and needed a Flygon or Dusknoir, and could get a Communication, but I didn't have another Pokemon in hand. So I put 2 Ultra Balls back in here just so I have a way to search out Pokemon at any times I need, or any times to search out a Flygon or Dusknoir. Like I said, I would Skyla and have only Communication level ball, but I needed a Flygon, but I had no Pokemon in hand. So that was kind of the downside of playing 4 Communication, so I bumped 2 Ultra Balls back in there. Now, I played 2 Verse Seekers in this deck just because I do play a 1 Colress, 1 Lysander, and 1 Juniper. But those counts seem kind of low, but we'll go over why in a second why those are not really that low. Now Colress, of course, shuffle your hand into your deck, draws many bench Pokemon as in play in both sides, so you can draw max 10. This deck is usually going to have 5. Usually all your bench spots are going to be full, so that's why Colress is really strong in this deck. Now you play 1 Lysander. If your opponent does play Keldeo, you get Lysander up and kind of get it stuck active with the Accelgor here, which I like a lot because I used to not play Lysander, but now since you play Verse Seeker, you can kind of abuse Lysander in this deck now, which I like a lot. It plays 4 and 1 Juniper. And the reason why it plays 1 Juniper is you don't really want to discard too much stuff. If you start discarding a lot of stuff, you start missing pieces of the puzzle, which, like I said, I kind of wish the Sacred Ash might be a trump card. I might switch out the deck. This is probably only like my, I don't know, it's going to sound like a lot, but it's only like my 15th or 16th game playing with it. I'm still kind of learning more about it as I keep playing. But the deck does play 4 Skyla just to search out Rare Candies, Level Balls, Max Potions, whatever you need, help consistency. And now here is the big card here, Tropical Beach. For those who have never seen Tropical Beach was given out at a Worlds promo in 2011 and 2012. Used to be one of the most valuable cards played during the season. Not the most valuable, like not the most expensive card, but it was the most expensive card being played at the time. But once during your turn, that player may draw cards till he or she has 7 cards in your hand, and if he or she does, that player ends turn. So basically, instead of attacking, you get Tropical Beach to fill your hand up. Now this is good turn 1. You can get play your Level Ball, get Trapinches, and drop a couple Shelmets. Then you get Skyla for Tropical Beach and Beach to 7. So it kind of helps you set up a lot. Also, if you have a Flygon active, you can just Tropical Beach for 7 and keep the Flygon active and actually do damage with Flygon. which is really nice. That's why the deck was so good then. Tropical Beach helped a lot of decks, and that's what I was saying earlier. It seems like I play like few supporters, but with 4 in, 4 Skyla, and 3 Tropical Beach, you have a lot of ways to fill your hand up really easily. Now the deck does play 3 Floatstones just to give the Flygons free retreat. The downside is Megaphone hurts his deck kind of a lot. That's why we do, like I said, we do play the Dash Machine trying to get a Floatstone. Most times you just want to drop 1 Floatstone down if you can help it, but no, I know sometimes you have to drop multiple down. The deck does play 4 DT, that's all the energies you really need, just because your only attacker is Accelgor, which of course needs 2 color synergies. Now some lists do play Mewtwo, just in case there's a big Evital or a big Mewtwo coming at you. But I took it out right now. Oh, I'm sorry once again. So like I said, the main 2 things that it struggles with is a Seismitoad deck, and it struggles with Vrisian Genocide. So maybe it's not so good at regionals top 32, but I don't know, if you want to kind of take a chance, you can play this. If you get lucky and hit the right matchups, you can do really good with the deck, and if you hit the bad matchups, you obviously don't do so good. I know in Indiana regionals, I unfortunately got paired against an Evital Seismitoad deck twice, which kind of ruined my day 2 experience, because Quake Punch hurts you when they can do that turn 2. So, but we'll play this deck and see how it goes. I hope we'll be a good game, and let's see what happens. What's up, everybody? Alright, so let's see what we play against. Right now we see a Dragon, Psychic, and Fighting deck, and I have the advantage. Alright, that's always good. So let's see here. Flip Tails. Of course, my opponent wants to go first. Why would they not want to go first? So there we see Mulligan. We'll get another, not another Mulligan, but this is not a very good start. Start Duskull's never good. Maybe I'll have a Duskull pass here. Alright, so we see a Trapinch. Is my opponent playing the same deck? Maybe. Who knows? Alright, so we're going to, in here, we get a Trapinch. We will communicate this Duskull way. We'll get a... we'll get another Trapinch. I feel like it's a better play right now. Is this Trapinch better than mine? It might be. Oh. Alright, we're going to draw here. And the next turn we can Rare Candy into Flygon. I don't know what that gives us. We see a Zubat. Alright, so we get an Escaper, which is really nice. We're going to send up the Trapinch. And here we can communicate the Trapinch away. Start getting a Shelmet here. So we use communication to put away the Trapinch, get a Flygon. And here we use a Skyla to get a Rare Candy. We're going to Rare Candy into Flygon. So I think it's a turn 2 Flygon, which is really nice. I'm going to Ultra Ball this stuff away. I don't think I'm going to need this max potion. Alright, we'll get another Shelmet into play. And here we'll Tropical Beach for 7, and then Sandslammer kicks in, and each Pokemon takes 10 damage there, which is really nice. Alright, so my opponent gets a Golbat, put 20 damage counters anywhere he wants to, he or she. Alright, imagine when 20 goes on the Duskull, trying to knock out this Duskull before it comes to life. My opponent knows that the Duskull is a threat. Here we see a Catcher and Tails. My opponent does play the Tropical Beach. So, here I'm going to put a DC on a Shelmet. I'm going to drop another Shelmet. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. 3 Shelmet, we're ready to go. Alright, let's hope we get a Rare Candy Dusknoir. Oh, holy cow, this hand. That's bad. Alright, oh man, there's a Dusknoir. If he gets a Crobat, he can knock out my Duskull. No, Duskull. Alright, so my opponent does take a prize. But Sandslammer is kicking in right now and doing 10 damage everywhere. They receive Verbank and a Laser. Alright, so Flygon does stay awake. And here we're going to still Skill Dive. Where is this 30 damage going to go? It does go to the active spot. Okay. We're going to put a DC on here. Okay, so if we get an Accelgor and a Crobat, we can actually deck and cover for knockouts. But if we don't, Skill Dive will actually kill us. I'm just going to end and hope we get a Accelgor and a Floatstone. So let's see what happens. Let's play in. Yes, it's fine. And we don't get it, but we do get another Flygon down, which is really nice. And we'll just, oh, we can't even Tropical Beach. but they do both take 10 damage. This Flygon is going to get knocked out from poison. Oh, and he does get he gets his own Flygon down. Holy cow. So my opponent is playing a Flygon Crobat deck. That's really interesting. So they receive a knockout from his Crobat. I'm going to send in my Flygon. The Slaying Sniper doesn't go off. So that's always kind of stinks. But here we get a Flygon. We get a third DCE down. So we have 3 DCs down. I'm going to grab another Tropical Beach here. And Tropical Beach for 7. Alright, so now we do get another Flygon. We also got a Secret Ash too, which is going to be really good. Here we see a Crush Hammer from my opponent. Flips tails. And we still don't have a way to bring in a Accelgor right now, which is the problem. See a catch from my opponent. What does he flip? Flip tails. And we see a Tropical Beach for him. Alright, so we have an Accelgor here. I'm going to level ball for another Dusknoir. So do we have 2 Accelgor spurs? That's kind of bad. Alright, alright. Let's Ultra Ball these 2 away. And we're not going to get any of those. And then we're going to Sacred Ash all 5 of these back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting kind of the max effect with the Sacred Ash there. And here with Juniper, hopefully we hit a Floatstone. Very nice. Well, problem is I do knock out this Crobat. Let's think here. I think it's the better play. I don't want him playing AZ or Scoop Up Cyclone or anything like that. So here we retreat. We'll deck and cover. Knocking out the Crobat. And take a prize. Before I send a Pokemon, he sends his up first. Here I put 10 onto all of his Pokemon. And ooh, we see a Rock Guard from my opponent. That's very nice. But we do have the Megaphone in the hand, so it's kind of, if he doesn't end me or anything, we can get rid of that Rock Guard this turn. There we see a Burbank, which I kind of like now because I do I can attack with Shelmet. Here we see a Sycamore from my opponent. We see a Golbat coming down, putting 20 damage on anywhere. It goes on to the Flygon, on the Dusknoir. Alright, so now the Dusknoir's kind of a weird situation. It could get knocked out. So hopefully we can Rare Candy the Dusknoir. So we see DC going to the Zubat. And I think we'll see a pass from our opponent, I'm not really sure. So DC going to the Golbat now. Attaching a lot of energy to this Golbat. Crobat only needs 1 energy attack, so I'm kind of curious as why he keeps loading with this Crobat. Alright, so see past my opponent. Alright. Okay, first turn I'm going to Megaphone. We're going to Level Ball for a Accelgor. Put the Accelgor down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have a Chorus. So I'm going to Verse Seeker for Chorus. And I'm actually going to play this Tropical Beach down just so I can draw 1 less card. Or draw into a card that doesn't really help me. We're going to Chorus here. Hopefully we get a Rare Candy Dusknoir. Alright, so we get the Rare Candy Dusknoir. That's really nice. And I'm actually going to Max Potion this Dusknoir just for shenanigans. And now we're going to move these damage counters around to knock out this Golbat and Zubat going to his turn. Because we don't need this coming into play. So there's 3, 2, 1. Alright. So we'll save that at 10. There's no need of knocking it out right now. So this is 1, 2. And like I said, we'll keep it at 10. And then we'll actually move 6 damage here. We're going to knock out this Pokemon too. So I put my opponent's kind of left with nothing except this Flygon. So 2, now 1. Alright, we're done there. We will retreat to Accelgor, and we'll take 3 prizes this turn with this Flygon. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Alright, so you kind of see how powerful this deck kind of is when it starts rolling. Let's see, does my opponent have anything else this turn? So we see an AZ, and my opponent kind of just concedes the game there with the AZ, saying, you win, I give up. But you see we had the Level Ball to get another Shelmet, and we would have put the Accelgor down and deck and covered again that turn, and kept the combo up. But thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and you kind of see the power of Flygon, Dusknoir, Accelgor. It was a deck that top 8 or top 4 U.S. Nationals this year. So I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, bye.